Hi, Kitchen Kings and Queens. Okay, I am in a mood for some soup. So we're gonna bring out our lovely old Le Creuset. I've got 4 pints of stock, and this is my homemade stock that has been fortified with cheese, rinds, and all this delicious stuff. Vegetables, all that. Okay, so we are stuck in a snowmageddon over here, and I really had been craving soup. My friend Bobby made some, and we ate it all week, and usually I would be like tired of something, but hers was so delicious that I just needed more, especially on these snowy days. Okay, so I wanted to make my own too at home, but the problem was we had, snowpocalypse, and really it wound up becoming snowpocalypse. I mean, we got almost a foot of snow out there, and it ain't going nowhere anytime soon. So people were, rightfully so, buying they were not going to get out for a week, because they probably will not. So there were obviously no rotisserie chickens there. There were no chickens that I could roast. So I kind of gave up on this idea. And then I remembered that I had some extra chicken breast in there. But I wanted those chicken breasts to be tender for the soup. So what I did was I put them into a the crock pot with just a little bit of water, and they came out nice and tender. Okay, so I'm going to take them now from this crock pot, and I have to be very careful because they're starting to just shred and fall apart. And I wanted to do it this way because I wanted it to be nice and tender, but I also wanted to be able to hold like a dice shape. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty much falling apart. So I want to just kind of cut it, and I did put some seasoning in there. I put a little bit of Caesar, dry Caesar seasoning that I got from Lidl. I put a chicken bouillon in there, and I put just a little bit of water just to kind of keep things going. Okay, so this came out really good. It's nice and tender. It's fall apart. It'll take on that flavoring in the soup. So it's really good. Okay, so that's all cut up. I'm not going to put this in the soup yet. I'm going to let it come to a boil. And then we're going to use 2 types of pasta. Okay, we're going to use this pasta, which is called acini di pepe, also called dallidi, like little dots. And then the stelline, or the pastina, which are the little stars. Okay, so those I'm going to put way in at the end. I did want to get a carrot and celery and onion to put in there, but again, I forgot that at the 3rd grocery store because I just kept kind of giving up on this idea. So I'm just lucky I'm having this soup as it is. Okay, so that's not going to be in the soup, but it was in, if you remember, well, oh no, I didn't make the stock on video. I did put a lot of carrots and a lot of celery and a lot of onions in there. So the stock itself is fortified with all the flavors of those vegetables. And that's why when you eat those vegetables in a soup, like a chicken noodle soup or something like that, they don't have any flavor because all the flavor was imparted into the broth. So you really don't need them in there. They're just good for fiber and, you know, just to get a little of the soluble fiber that vegetables provide. But the flavor is all in there, so that will be there. And then I'm going to top it with some Parmesan. Okay, so we will come back. This is a super kitchen quickie because really all you needed was your stock, some chicken. The chicken was not a quickie because it took like overnight, but it didn't require any sort of work on my part. You just literally threw it in there. I threw it in there frozen actually, and then just let it heat up and do its thing all night. And then you'll just throw the pasta in, and you got yourself a big old bowl of soup for the week. And I may be needing that soup for this week because I think we're going to be home for the foreseeable future. Okay, so we'll come back at the end of this and we'll look at what the soup looks like when we put it all together. Maybe I'll come back when I put all these things in because they're all going to go in at about the same time. They're going to go in like 5 to 7 minutes before the soup's done. And it doesn't need anything because the stock's already boiled. So this is just kind of a put it all together soup. Okay, so we'll be back, Kitchen Kings and Queens. Okay, Kitchen Kings and Queens, we are ready to finish our soup. Okay, so we've had our stock reduced. There's all those good bits from when I made the stock. We're gonna put in the stars, and we're gonna put in the anchi di pepe. So they both need about 7 minutes to cook. And, oh, of course, our chicken. I am going to reserve some chicken for something else, but I am going to put most of it in there. So that was 3 breasts of chicken that went in there. So I've used about 2.5 breasts of chicken. Just going to stir that all up. Make sure everything gets mixed up, broken up, and then that's about all she wrote. I'm going to add a little bit, just because it has like no color at all. I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. And a little bit of chives, just to kind of give it a little freshness. Just give it some color, some freshness, and of course some flavor. Okay, so we'll just stir that throughout. And there it is, like a nice simple soup. And the pasta will puff up, and it will, as long as it stays in the liquid, which it will, of course, it'll keep puffing up. So, you know, this soup will get thicker and absorb more liquid. Okay. So there it is. Very quick chicken pastina. If you have these things on hand. If not, when you have them, make this, because it's a really great way to use some of your stock, use some of your roasted chicken, and just give you a little comfort. All right, bye for now, Kitchen Kings and Queens.